Hi there, I'm Jamie, and this is Fiery Arrow, the real Fiery Arrow. And I wanted to make this video because I do have a few subscribers. I wanted to explain what the heck is going on with this channel. And so the answer is kind of complicated, but I'm going to try to simplify it if I can. This channel initially was launched for tarot readings. I was a tarot reader on Facebook. I did a lot of things. I read for a lot of people, for a big group on Facebook. Had about 10,000 or 30,000 members. I have always given readings in my life. Like, ever since I was a kid, I was interested in divination. But the type of divination that I was doing was different. It's more of the Greek style that we do here. And I used to use regular card decks for that. And early on, I could see that many of them were accurate, but I wasn't happy enough, to be honest. So the first time I ever got a tarot card, I think it was a gift, or I ordered it. I'm not sure. But I wasn't ready for tarot, so I didn't get involved. And then back in 2020, I got another deck and I started learning and I became pretty good at it. So I have several gifts. I'm also clairvoyant and clairaudient, and pretty sure I have a few other clairs, but my readings were really accurate, and the fact that they were for so many people really scared me. Also, I'd like to say that this channel is not religion specific. My readings intend to find people from across the globe, from different cultures. It's not a matter of, discrimination, but I have been the object of discrimination simply because I've chosen to change my religion. And ever since I started reading tarot, I've gotten a lot of attention from my community and where I live, and not in the best way. And that wasn't something that I was prepared to deal with at the time. Like, both dealing with shadow work and trauma and mental health, and also on top of that, exploring spirituality in a real way, and then having other personal issues on the side. And then, changing my religion and seeing the impact it had on how people treated me here in Greece. So that was something that stopped me from pursuing tarot readings, even though I knew I was good at it. And let me tell you one more thing that may be shocking to you. In the past, I have channeled the deceased. I never received money, and I never will receive money for such readings. I believe that if I'm meant to help someone get in touch with their past loved one, it will just happen naturally. It's not about the money. I'm not going to be receiving any money for that. But it was so accurate to the point that I started feeling things that the deceased felt. For example, I remember giving a reading to a woman, and I channeled her deceased fiance. I could feel what the person died from. I could feel what the person felt. I got overwhelming emotions surface that weren't my own, and at times I feel like the line really blurred, and this really led me to the deepest parts of depression. And so I stopped. And there was a level of shame associated with it because my environment was trying to make me feel ashamed. My own family tried to institutionalize me because of my belief in tarot and because of my abilities and for other reasons. I've been bullied, I've been socially isolated, I've been ostracized by my community. Choosing tarot and the occult or any religion except for Christianity has made me a target. And that's the truth, unfortunately. And that was major reason why I stopped uploading videos on the channel. Even a documentary I made about a political leader, I got a lot of backlash for that in my community. I was bullied a lot because of it, even though I really had a good point to prove. And I will be uploading a new video on that, but it will be made with a lot of thought and consideration, so I can avoid the same backlash again. Because here in Greece, we say we have freedom of religion, but we really don't. If you're not Christian, you're screwed. You're treated like scum. Of course, I've had situations where Christians have helped me, and I will never forget the help I've received from particular people. And then again, there were Christians that offered their help just to make themselves look like good people, good Samaritans, only to talk shit behind my back. And that's also true. And that's been one of the most hurtful things I've endured, because you want to have faith in humanity. And so when someone helps you, it kind of reinstates your faith in humanity, and then you learn about all the shit that they've been talking about you behind your back, and then you're like wondering, so why the fuck did they help me? And the truth is, well, they didn't. They just wanted to appear as good Samaritans. And anytime I've received help from certain people that were like that, it made me feel even worse about myself, because I've been through all levels of hell to be where I'm at today. And so that's the reason why I've stopped. I even had vehicles chase me. I remember I was driving. It was 2022. I had already been knee deep into tarot. I was trying to help. People liked my readings. They respected me. They had good things to say. I had a lot of feedback. I was growing an audience. And then I was driving, and all of a sudden this vehicle just tailgated me and chased me, nearly drove me off the road. That vehicle belonged to a priest. Clearly, some of the religious people here where I live do not agree with what I'm trying to do. So, why have I stopped uploading? That's the reason. I've been dealing with a lot of social bullshit, discrimination, not just in life and friendships and family, but even in work environments. I have been discriminated, I've been bullied, I've had my religion be mocked, people have tried to lure me back to the church. I've been demonized, I've been mocked, I've been taken advantage of, I've been exploited. Because the thing is, I'm the type of person to give the benefit of the doubt, regardless of what you believe in. So during this entire time, I've been trying to be fair with Christians, and it seems that the only thing I managed to do is make them think that I was conforming, or that I was willing to go back to a place that was so oppressive to me and so abusive to me that I could never return. And I will never return. And this is something that certain people just not, they can't accept. Because to Christians, one of the worst sins you can commit is leave Christianity. And I live in a country that supposedly protects me, but I am not protected. I am literally not protected. The only way I'm protected is if I gather proof of every and each person that has mocked me, or has used me, or has discriminated me because of my religion. I would have to have proof. I would have to have footage proving that their motives were religious. I would have to have photos and videos of whatever vehicle was following me. Things I don't have, because it's not like you wake up one day, you decide to make a choice for yourself, a spiritual choice, and then you just expect people to come at you. You don't expect that. And I don't know if it's the same for other people, but I live in a country that's very, very conservative. And I'd like to actually not broaden it so much. I live in a place that really does not do well with outsiders, or, anyone who's of another religion. I live in a place full of racists, and that's true. Maybe I'll let you know what that place is later on. I do not intend on protecting the reputation of this community, simply because that's not what they do. So, why did I stop? That's why. Because anything I ever try to do is a mistake to this community or to my family. And you know what? I decided to stop caring about what my community thinks or what my family thinks. And instead, I choose to do what I choose to do, which is my business. And what I choose to do is connect with you. Because when I was giving tarot readings, it wasn't just this spooky accuracy that I realized. What was uncomfortable was also I received a lot of love, and that too was uncomfortable. I know it sounds funny, but when you're used to being dismissed and invalidated your entire life and bullied and pushed around, when you receive that kind of love from strangers, people who owe you nothing, that changes you. That is humbling. That is, and for someone who holds trauma, unresolved trauma, it's easy to just run back to your, safe place. And, for some people, exposure is the worst thing you can do when you're in a difficult place, a dark place. But I'll never forget the love and appreciation I've received from the collective while giving readings. And this is exactly the reason I'm returning, because just as much as I have a lot to gain, I feel like I have a lot of love and a lot of wisdom to give. And I'm done playing small. So this is the start, the real start of Fiery Arrow. Also, I'm preparing another channel. It's called Real and Radical, and that one is not gonna involve the occult or tarot or anything like that. It's gonna be about politics, my views also, but mainly it's gonna be journalistic in style. It will include interviews, it will include deep research, I will dive deep into corruption, propaganda, dark history, etc. If you like that sort of thing and you value raw honesty and raw journalism, then I hope you follow me there. The link will be on the description. At this point, I haven't uploaded anything yet, but I will. I'm trying to decide what the best topic is. I will give you a few options. You let me know if that's sort of thing you're interested in. I'm considering uploading a video on democracy, real democracy, how it began and the starting stages, and the wisdom we can gain from ancient Greece and what they invented, and how it's dramatically changed ever since. That's one topic I wanted to cover. Then another topic is how the Nazis helped build the current medical industry and how immoral the medical industry can be. That's another topic. Another topic may be, for example, what was the other topic I wanted to cover? Oh, there's so many topics. I also want to cover I want to create a video about Nagasaki, also my views on it. So things that, people are uncomfortable speaking about. And I'm done playing small. Like I said before, I'm done playing safe. I'm not safe regardless, There's always going to be someone who's not going to agree with what I'm doing. Even if it's my entire community. I can't just hide away, keep my mouth shut, and swallow the truth. That is not what I'm going to be doing here on. So, I want to upload this video for those subscribers who have been here for a while, and for those who may have kind of wanted a reading. If you do want a reading, please contact me in my email address. Know that if anybody contacts you, it's not me. I won't reach out. I will never do that. I don't beg for readings. I don't just offer them for free like that. If you contact me and you need a small reading for free, I'm more than happy to give it to you. But for more detailed ones, I do have a price list. I am pretty accurate. I really do think I've got the stuff. And finally, I'm ready to embrace it shamelessly and shed once and for all the toxic conditioning that I've endured my entire life. Because you know what, and I'm not saying Christianity is toxic, but it becomes toxic when it keeps someone captive within that dogma or doctrine. And for many years I felt like I was unable to leave. Just like I'm unable to leave Greece, and it's not by choice anymore. I'm forced to be here. I do not want to be here. I want to be in Scotland, where I belong. The place I feel is most home to me. And I'm constantly being battled with that. Anytime I try to do anything at all, there's 10 people in my way trying to just knock me down and knock me down and knock me down. And you know what? I'm not going to play into their narrative anymore. It's, I have so much to say about the occult, about tarot, about astrology. This entire time that I've been away and that I have not been uploading videos, I've been studying. I've been educating myself. I've been connecting to the divine. I've been coming closer to my spiritual truth. And I feel like what I can do here on is much bigger than I was prepared to do before. So for those of you that are here since the launching of the channel, I'm sorry I pulled away. I'm sorry I got scared of the attention and the accuracy. I'm sorry if you feel let down or betrayed. But there was just so much going on and I felt unsafe to continue. But now, I literally don't care. I'm gonna do it regardless. And no one can stop me anymore. So, with all that said, welcome to the channel. If you're already subscribed, thank you. Thank you. I hope I can make it worth your while to continue to stick around because I have a lot to offer. So, love and light to you gorgeous souls. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and enjoy your holidays. Bye.